I know I keep saying it. I'm going to start wrenching. I'm going to start getting some work done. Well, it finally started to cool off outside, so I'm going to do just that and try and get some work done on some of these vehicles instead of going out and buying more. And I've got no shortage because everything you see here needs something. Like my LTD that I just took on Power Tour. That's from the station wagon. That's not from this. But you see what happened was, sometime after I got back from Power Tour, this thing started puking all its transmission fluid everywhere. Turns out the only seal I did not replace when I had the motor and trans out started leaking. Yeah, the front pump seal, the one I was contemplating on fixing and I didn't. Well, the front pump seal went out and it just, like, while it's running, it just spits all transmission fluid out. It's pretty terrible. I still drive it, it's still drivable, but gotta keep putting trans fluid in it. Galaxy, which needs a good polish, runs great, drives great. I still need to fix the rear bumper support. Its bumper's being held up by the strap. Yeah. So that's how tight it is. It took me a while to find the parts to fix it, but I think I finally have them. I didn't trust driving this thing around with one bumper mount barely on there. I didn't want the bumper falling off and going through someone's windshield or gas tank, or you get the idea. So I could start working on that. I still have this that I haven't touched yet. I'd like to get this running. Got the original flathead in it. Yeah, I'd like to get this one running. Nah, not quite. Got my dad's panel truck. Still needs exhaust finished up, fuel system plumbed, and electrical. If anybody's dealing with PTSD and they know what a trigger is, this is a big giant red trigger for me in my PTSD. So that's why it hasn't gotten any work accomplished on it in a while. And I got my green 1961 F100, affectionately known as Gumby, and this is what we're going to be working on. And I want to get it done this week. I have I want to say good reason, but it's not a good reason. It's kind of a bad reason. And I'll just cut right to the chase. Recently lost a really good friend to pancreatic cancer. It was quick. Like it's only been like a month and a half since he found it, and they tried to attack it, and it was just too late. Well, he just passed away. His I know it's a shitty reason to get my truck going, I know. But his funeral services are this coming Saturday. Today's Monday. And why this truck? Well, that's my buddy Mike. And Mike is the one that helped me install the Crown Victoria front suspension in this car. He's the one that did all the welding. That's why the front end hasn't fallen out of this, because he did an excellent job welding everything. That's why it's one of the reasons this truck is special to me. So this truck's not going anywhere. I'd like to get this thing going, but what it needs, I don't know if anybody remembers, I went through the fuel system, basically went through the gas tank, fuel pump, fuel line, and carburetor. That's all squared away. Needs a clutch and needs a transmission. I can get away with just putting a clutch in, but if I'm going to go that far, I might as well do the transmission while I'm at it. So I could just swap another T-5 in, but then I'll just be, on borrowed time again, because this motor does not like T5s. So I went and grabbed this TKO or 3550, whatever the heck it is, from my warehouse that I had on hand. And I was going to put this in, and then realized that it's got a 26 spline input shaft, and I might run into issues with that SFI bell housing in my exhaust, and I might have to change the exhaust, and yada 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 yada. So I went back to my warehouse, remember that I had this one, same trans, but it's got the 10 spline input shaft, so I don't have to change the clutch out. Well, I gotta change the clutch regardless, but I have 10 spline clutches. I don't have a 26 spline clutch laying around. I do have 10 spline clutches. It uses a regular bell housing, so I won't have to worry if, you know, headers and exhaust are going to fit around the bell housing or not. And supposedly these are like a direct swap for the T-5, but they're a heck of a lot stronger, so I think that's what we're going to be putting in it. And I only bought myself enough time to get this thing lifted up in the air today. I started cleaning up my garage the other day, and it's ridiculous. My garage is terrible. It's just I got crap everywhere. Since I am doing transmission out service, make sure you chalk the wheels, because I've seen those videos where the guy pulls the drive shaft out and his truck runs him over. Yeah, that won't be me, because that'd be terrible. But it's got these stops on it too on either end too, so should be good. Come on, locks. I'm a little worried because these should have done something by now. I think they should have. Are they doing things? I don't know. Find out. Oh yeah, they're doing things. Gotta watch the roof. All right, and then go down a little bit. This thing always makes me nervous. That's not right. Something's not right here. How many are showing? 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, something's not right here. This is not right. We gotta figure this out. Something bad's gonna happen. Woohoo! That wasn't cool. Alright. Hold on a second. Technical difficulties here. Part of my PTSD is that oh look, I gotta fix that. Fun fact, side effect of PTSD is ADHD and, you know, short attention and all that. But don't worry, these are 4-year plates. It's not over a year past due. It's a 4-year plate. I gotta put the new tag on there. But part of my PTSD is I'm constantly on guard. It's called like hypervigilance. So I'm constantly like worried that something bad is going to happen. So I'm always on guard. So working underneath a 4-post lift that I have worked under in the past, no problem, is it's hell. Yeah, it's just getting myself underneath here is like it's terrifying for myself, even though I should have no trouble because I've done this before. And here is my T-5. Yeah, that was leaking at some point. Got a little drip there. There's the front end. All right. See you tomorrow. Well, it's the next day. Truck's still in the air, so that's a good thing. It's a little excessive, but I feel safer now that I threw these underneath her. I said it's not that I don't trust the lift. It's how do I put it? Like all day long, like every single scenario, situation I am in, I just think of ways that, like, oh, that can hurt me this way, that can hurt me that way. Hey, with my buddy just dying, it's worse right now. So I was actually terrified to get underneath here yesterday, and not so much right now, but you get the idea. So get to work. Got my 12 millimeter for the drive shaft. That's gonna come out first. I did forget that I need to see, I thought I could do everything from underneath here, but I forgot that I need to go back up and take care of the shifter, because I got the shifter boot up there. So I'll just grab a ladder and do that. I'm not gonna bring this up and down over and over again. But yeah, 12.12 millimeter. That's what I got on this. This rear end's actually out of a 1994 Ford Explorer, the drum brakes, and a lot of research went into this truck. Actually, this was the rear end that I wanted to put in here, and I got custom offset wheels. If you ask me what the offset is, I don't remember. The wheelsmith in California, I believe, did it, but you can tell they're pretty tight in there. So I did that on purpose because I wanted the super deep dish wheels. All right, to get this drive shaft out. Oh, drive shaft's out. Still good. Another nice thing about using Explorer rear axle, you know, if you want to put nice gears or posi differential in your truck or car or whatever, the Explorers they use an 8.8 inch rear axle, which is pretty stout. They've been using them in light trucks and cars since, I believe, 1985. It's a pretty good axle, and there's tons of aftermarket support for them. And the Explorers usually had nice gear in them, like 350, 373, 410, you know, yada. Well, this one's got a 373 with a posi in it. So I think I spent like $150 or less on a rear axle out of the junkyard in 2009. And I remember the exact figure. I paid $165 for a whole front end. So yeah, I built this thing on the cheap way back when. I think I was all in like under $5,000, including purchase price of the vehicle. If I sold it right now, it'd probably be worth closer to 20, but it's not for sale. Always make sure you disconnect the battery. Negative, positive, it don't matter. As long as confident that the negative's not hooked up to anything, you'll be fine. Threw a support under the motor. I think I could start disconnecting the trans. I think I'm going to take the trans out from the bell housing first and then take the bell housing off from the motor. It's just going to be easier that way. Pretty sure King Kong himself put this transmission in last. Well, I cheated. I got the shifter undone from down here. Got the transmission and bell housing bolts off. Got the trans mount bolts off. I still need to do the cross member bolts, and well, gonna throw this guy underneath there first. All right, baby steps. I didn't want to have to drop the exhaust to get the cross member out, so I'm gonna sneak it out by removing the trans mount. And it's missing. No, it's right here. I got it out. One piece. Like I said, this transmission still worked. It still shifted. It was just noisy, and it popped out of gear. and just yeah, it was on its last legs. If someone went through it with like new synchros and whatnot, it'd probably be okay. This actually came out of my buddy Wade's Mazda RX-7 when he owned the car the first time. Did a small block Ford T-5 swap. This was actually in his car, so kind of sentimental, I guess, but not sentimental enough that I would want to keep it and do anything with it. So I'm just gonna throw it on Marketplace. Yeah, I could rebuild it, but I've got like 5 of these things. I really don't need another one floating around. At least this one I could tell someone, hey, this is what it does or doesn't do, because I just took it out of my truck. So, but still, I think these are still like $400 or $500 in this condition these days. So, all right. And you know what? Honestly, behind a stock 302, this thing can probably last forever. So, hey, behind a healthy 351 Windsor and a pickup, not so much. Well, I'll tell you right now, I'm probably gonna have to move the transmission mount back a little bit. I'm sorry, the transmission mount, or the cross member, whatever you want to call it. Cross member. Yeah, I'm gonna have to move the cross member back an inch or two, it looks like, because that doesn't look like it's gonna line up. And as you guys can see, on the T5 it's further forward, on 3550 or TKO, whatever it is, it's further back. I really should run the numbers on that to figure out exactly what it is. I had like 3 of those transmissions at some point. I couldn't remember which would. I had 3 of those transmissions up until recently. I couldn't remember which was which. I gave one to my buddy Sean to put in his car. Probably have to clean up that bearing retainer a little bit. Should be okay though. I'm going to run the numbers on the tag on that one real quick so I can tell you exactly what it is. This one is a 1990 5.0 Mustang World Class T5 transmission. I know that because I already ran the numbers on it. And it's already on Marketplace. I threw it up for $500. We'll see what happens. Alright, so this is just a standard 3550, well, TR-3550 with the 327 first gear and a 350 foot-pound torque capacity, which is on the lower end of like the TR-3550 TKO series, but I'm fine with that because anything should be better than that, which I think only has like a, could be wrong, it might not even be 300, it's like 2 something torque rating. Anywho, I need to get belt housing out now. I gotta pull the starter and get the bell housing down. I tried something new for releasing the clutch cable, and it worked out okay. Little sketchy, but the sketchy part was releasing it. There was a lot of pressure behind that fork, but it worked out pretty good. Listening to Switch Cars podcast while I'm doing this, and it's more of that vehicle transport theft. It's going around right now through Central Dispatch. That shit's crazy. That's why I use 815 Transport. My buddy Josh. Find him on Facebook. Alright, well, got the bell housing off. I'll show you guys something that you may or may not be aware of. This is a snap-on hammer. It's my snap-on hammer. Okay, that's not what I was going to show you. So, it's got a clip in there holding this thing in. This is supposed to have a clip in it, huh? Hold on a second here. Anywho, this is the bell housing for the Borg Warner T5. This is the bell housing for the Tremec TKO 3550, yada yada yada. Both for small block Ford. Both have the starter in the same spot, everything. Look at this part number E6ZR E66394AA. Can't say. E6ZR6394AA. Well, you'd say, Jim, those bell housings are identical. Well, they kind of are. They got the same part number. But if you look closely, look at where the bolt holes are. Look there, and look here, then look here, and look there. So the bell housing casting is actually identical. They're all intents and purposes, however you want to push it. The bell housings are actually identical. The difference, where it matters, is where they drilled the holes for the transmission. You see how this one's up here in this corner. This one's kind of down more towards this, towards the middle of the trans. This one's out in the corner, and this one's all the way down here. This one is all the way up in the corner. This one's below it. This one's all the way up in the corner. And this one's kind of in and down a little bit. So theoretically, you could drill and tap your T-5 bell housing for a TKO or 3550 if you really wanted to do that. So just let you know, they are technically the same casting. It's just how they drilled the pattern for the transmission that makes them different. Carry on. So I may actually pull out my first power tool to get this clutch plate off. Well, diaphragm, I guess you call it, diaphragm slash clutch plate off. So I'm tired and I don't feel like breaking them loose by hand. So I'm gonna go get my electric impact out of my truck. Oh, come on. Oh, God. Come on. Oh, come on. Why are you guys? Oh, that's why. Ooh, oh no. Oh, never mind. I forgot. Forgot all about that. Durr. I'll show you what I'm talking about in a second here. You guys see it? I mean, it's got some low spots. I mean, it wasn't gone, but definitely has some low spots in it. So definitely, oh yeah, look at that. Definitely needed to be replaced. I'll show you guys what I was referring to a second ago here. I was like, why does my flywheel look like that? And I remembered. It's got, I guess, is it, no, maybe it's not aluminum. I thought I had aluminum. Yeah, it's aluminum, right? Is that aluminum? I can't remember now. No, I thought I had aluminum flywheel in here, but I don't. See, I was hoping I didn't have to get it resurfaced. And I didn't have any clutch chatter or anything, so I mean, it's got a couple spots in it, but honestly, there's only as much driving as I did with this thing. There's no more than maybe 8,000-9,000 miles on this thing. It's just a lot of spirited driving. So do as I say, not as I do. You should replace the, not replace, you should resurface the flywheel when you do this. I'm gonna look around and see if there's anybody nearby that does them. But if I'm gonna have to wait a couple days to get this done, then I'm just gonna clean this thing up and throw it back on, because do as I say, not as I do. I basically just hit it with roll lock disc. Make sure you use the one that has the consistency of like a scuff pad, not the one that's like sandpaper, and you'll be just fine. Just don't stay in one spot too long, and don't overdo it, basically. But should be good to go. Actually, yeah, so I'm gonna check this pilot bearing out and go find, I'll figure out where I put this clutch that I got floating around here. And that's unfortunately where I'm stopping today, because I never looked at this clutch that I bought off my neighbor like 4 years ago, and I don't think I'm gonna run it. Said there was nothing wrong with it, but I kind of beg to differ. I just took his word for it. That's a pretty bad hot spot on the pressure plate. And if you look, the clutch disc, where I see it, it's got a chunk missing out of it. There, it's got something going on there, and there, and there, in a few spots. If you flip it over, it's got some damage on it. That is no good. Look at that, spring's like halfway wore through. Yeah, I'm not gonna run this clutch. So I need to go to my warehouse and see what I have sitting there. I looked around here, I didn't see anything. I thought I had one here, but I'm not seeing it. So yeah, I'm gonna run up to my warehouse and see what I have sitting up there. All right, so now I gotta find my clutches. Oh, this is inside. This is Private Pile. You'll be seeing more Private Pile pretty soon. I'm gonna actually start working on him. Oh, clutches. I think there's one there. I think there's one there. So let me check these out. I think I picked myself a winner. Got this McLeod. How do you pronounce it? I don't know. McLeod. I don't know. Clutch. A couple hot spots, but not nearly as bad as the other one. And clutch honestly looks like brand new. It's in great shape. And it's 10 spline. So that'll work out. It does have aluminum flywheel with it. However, this is off of a 302 base motor. And it's for 50 ounce instead of 28, so it's not going to work. But clutch will work, so we're good. We got a clutch. I'm gonna look at this other one real quick though. I don't remember what that is. Well, I don't have too much more time to work on it today, because, you know, going to my warehouse and back is over an hour round trip, an hour and a half because of rush hour. But I want to at least try to get this clutch up and mounted and get the bell housing on. I need to make sure I have a clutch alignment tool here. I should have one. I should go look for that right now. Make sure I have that. Yeah, let me go do that. Found it. Oh, discovered something. Kind of wish I hadn't seen this, but kind of had to see it. Looking around, you guys don't see what I'm looking for, do you? Oh, you don't even know what I'm looking for. Well, kind of wondering why there were no dowels sticking out of the flywheel. And well, I think I discovered why. See, one was still attached to the clutch. One was still attached to the clutch. Here's one right there, broken off. I don't see any up there. I don't see any over there. Wait, there's one. Oh, there's one here. I put that one was the one attached to the clutch. That one's broken off. And the other one should be up there, but it's not. And I don't know where that one is. So I might have to get a flywheel for this thing. Which sucks because I don't know if I can get one right away or not. So let me try to do some figuring out here, I guess. This sucks. So I've got this fancy modular motor flywheel here. And I borrowed two of the dowels out of it. I might just take all three of them because they look to be a little stronger than what was on the other one. And goes on something like that. Ooh, shiny. I'm going to snug up the pressure plate bolts and then go over them with the torque wrench. Just like most anything else circular, you want to go in a star pattern, you know, start here, go up here, probably go over here, back here, back here, back here, you know, just keep going across to the next one, or across to the next available one, basically, until everything's tight. 35 foot-pounds on these bolts, so keep that in mind. Alright, bolts are torqued at 35 foot-pounds with 3 good dowel pins, by the way. Those are all good. Alright, bell housing and clutch fork, I guess. And that's where I'm stopping today. It's like 9 o'clock, and I gotta go inside. Well, I don't have a curfew, but my son does. Oh, gotta put starter back in still. And let's see what else. Starter and oh yeah, transmission. Durr. Well, besides the transmission, well, I gotta pull the alignment dowel out. It's still just chilling in there. Alignment tool, alignment dowel, whatever you want to call it. Clutch, pressure plate, and bell housing are on, torque down. So I need to install the starter. I honestly could do that last. Might even be a good idea to do it last. Who knows? But still need to finish removing the shifter. You guys remember the old Hurst SVO shifters? Yeah, that's what this one is. It might actually come out. You have that scene from Ace Ventura? Oh, here we go. Yeah, that is that's original Hurst Mustang SVO shifter. Believe it or not, it's got a little bit of value. I could sell that. Might keep it. Who knows? But yeah, so we will reconvene tomorrow. See you then. All right, another day. Don't have a lot of time. I had a lot of stuff I had to pack and ship today at the warehouse. And while I was there, I started working on that Camaro. And man, it sucks working out in the sun. I tell you what, just like I said, it just sucks all the energy right out of you. But got about an hour and a half right now. Well, see what I can get accomplished here, I guess. I think I left off yesterday. I got the bell housing in, and yeah, so I might put the starter back in now, just because I don't have the trans in the way. Yeah, maybe I'll do that. I'm just confused and I don't know what to make of this, but I just realized I have another bell housing over there. I want to check those out. So the bell housing bolts, well, the transmission to the bell housing bolts are actually smaller on this bell housing than the old bell housing, which is unusual. I thought they'd be the same size. They're 7/16 14. And originals are slightly larger. Actually, I think the originals are metric. Maybe that's the difference. I don't know. I'm just not sure about putting smaller ones in. I'm sure it's fine. But I'm gonna check this bell housing over here and see what's on that. The other one over there's got the larger ones too. I'm sure it's fine, but I don't know, it just seemed odd to me. Why is this one different, you know? The other problem I'm running into right now is I don't have any more grade 8 7/16 14 bolts in the correct size. I've got stainless steel ones, but they're not really graded. I'd rather know that I have grade 8 bolts. So I'm gonna do some more looking around. If I leave to go get bolts right now and come back, I'm not gonna have any more time tonight. So I'm kind of dead in the water at the moment, and this sucks because I didn't get anything accomplished today. Look at all my bolt bins over there. See them? See them? Guess what the one size is I don't have? The size I need. I've got one that's too short. I've got one that's too long. I don't have the size that's just right. It's really annoying. Like super, super annoying. That's why I have all of them there. So I have the stuff. So I don't have to run out. And one size I need, I don't have. Go figure. Well, this is gonna have to wait until tomorrow. This sucks. I want to get this done. I want to get it done. If I can ever get anything done, everything turns into a huge project. And I did some more reading. The stainless bolts are rated at like a grade 2. So I'm definitely not going to use them. Alright, to the hardware store if they're still open. I gotta see if they're still open. Well, I've got just enough time to run to the hardware store before they close. At least I'll have the bolts ready for tomorrow, right? I somehow muscled the transmission on top of the jack. See, the truck was just low enough that I couldn't put it on over there, so I had to put it on my lap and then lift it from a sitting position up there. So it wasn't fun, but I got it done. All right, well, see you tomorrow, I guess. All right. Weird. I think I've got everything now, including time. Got some synchro mesh fluid. And we got some bolts. And we got the fancy ones with the shoulder on them. Thanks, Ace Hardware. So I think we're good. I think. I'm trying to decide if I should probably put the shifter on now. Well, I should be able to fill the trans, right? Yeah, you can fill the trans here. Trying to decide if I should put the shifter on now or wait, because I don't know if I'm going to be able to put it on up there. Alright, let me figure this out. Well, that answered that. I'm going to have to pull the shifter off and try to install it with the trans in. That settles that dispute. It's supposed to go right in place. The T-5. I was told you have to move the transmission mount back a little bit. That's it. It's the only thing you got to do. It doesn't fit. The floor of the truck is too low. Alright, I just checked. The bell housing's at like 85 degrees. 85 degree angle. That's a 90. So yeah, if I adjust this to 85, I should, I don't know, I'll give it a shot, see what happens. I don't know what else I'm going to do right now. I pretty much just maxed this thing out. Well, it's not maxed out. I got the strap there. It's almost at 85. It should be good enough. Let's see if that bought me enough room. We'll see. Well, I think that did the trick. However, having some trouble getting the input shaft to line up, so I just called my neighbor. He's gonna come over and give me a hand. So I'm gonna go take a leak and meet him back under here.
Yes.
Thank you, sir.
Love you, brother. We'll see you soon.
All right. Just watch my obstacle course.
Oh, I'm not worried about that. Mine's bad enough. I'll ride the shit out of that little dirt bike.
It's fun. Oh. Well, it's up there. I'll tell you what we had to do. See, I asked him to come help me because I was trans was sliding off the jack. I'm like, I need help. But he was already about a case of beer in with his buddy there, so it's just maybe a little more nervous than I'd like to be underneath a vehicle with the transmission hanging. So, but thanks, Al. I appreciate the help, and we got it figured out. I had these extra long bolts. Kind of use those as a guide, and after we did that, the transmission basically slid right in its place. So I just need to how is that going to come out now? Is it? Crap, it's not going to come out. I might have to cut that off. Oh, great. Oh, that's not good. That's not good. Oh wait, no, it's coming off. Oh, there we go. Perfect. Oh, almost thought we were in trouble. Oh, we didn't force anything in. It basically just slid right in, and then I basically jiggled the transmission around until it's seated, and I think we're good. I think we're good, because if we're not, I ain't touching this thing again for a while, because that's how I am sometimes. All right, transmission's up, it's in. It's humid as hell out today. This manometer didn't work anyway, so I might just leave it disconnected for now. So I think I'm gonna get a new cable for it. And I believe it leaked from this O-ring anyways, so I'm gonna get a new cable, new O-ring, all that jazz. Make sure I got the right gear in there before I try to put that back together. So I'll just leave the electronic one in there now as like a plug, and I'm not gonna worry about that at the moment. That's in. It's together. I gotta tighten up these bell housing to trans bolts, and all right, cool. All right, almost there. I gotta drill 2 new holes for the cross member, because actually this hole's lining up now, but you know, basically this hole needs to be moved back to here, and this one needs to be moved back to here. So it's just, but amazingly, this one actually lines up on both sides. I just need to drill one back here then, so it'll be good to go. But I need to take a break. I've been hunched down underneath here for several hours now, so I'm gonna go inside for like 30 minutes, come back out for probably another hour, try and get this finished up. See you in a bit. All right. I think the transmission's bolted in all the way. I had to re-drill, like I said, 1 hole for the cross member over here, but it's in. I still need to put the drive shaft in, fill the trans, and put the shifter on, and I think I'll be done after that. Well, yeah, just put that here for now. That's cool. Just, yep, out of sight, out of mind. So fluid, shifter, Driveshaft and probably adjust the firewall adjuster on the clutch, because I got the it's basically like a Fox body or SN95 style cable clutch in here, because you know, easy to get replacement parts, easy to adjust, easy to replace. That's how I did it. That's not how everybody does it, but that's how I did it in here. I actually modified a SN95 Mustang pedal assembly. If you tell me it's not going to work, you don't know, because it's been in this truck since 2009, working just fine. So, all right, I'm gonna get this drive shaft in and go get some dinner. Actually, I might have to put the shifter in first so I get it in neutral. Probably a good idea. I had to go up top and temporarily install the shifter. Should be in neutral now. It is in neutral. Good sign. All right, drive shaft. I don't know if this is still a thing or not, but when I first put this truck together, I had some really bad wheel hop issues with it. And someone told me to try this, like you know, one of the old timers at the time told me to try this. It's basically make some clamps to clamp the front half of the leaf spring, like basically just clamp them down, 2 or 3 per side on only the front half, and see how that goes. And it worked. Like, it worked amazing. Never had wheel hop on this truck ever again. It rides fine, and obviously I didn't have any other issues doing it like that. So if you have wheel hop issues on a pickup or car or something, try this out. It might actually do you a world of good, because it did for me. So I'm happy. It was cheap. Like, what I spent, 20 bucks in materials. Basically made the clamps myself, drilled some holes, you know, nuts and bolts. Yeah, 20-25 bucks in materials, and no more wheel hop. Worked out wonderful. Anything in here? Ooh, actually it looks like good fluid, but I'd rather play it safe and replace it. And I didn't know how much was in there, so actually it looks like really good fluid. I don't know how much was in there. I don't know how much was in there or what kind, so you're better off changing it. Actually, it does look like good fluid, so that's a good sign. All right, believe I just need to fill it with fluid and install the shifter. Oh, and clean up all these tools. But going up. Probably help if I had the fluid, huh? I was gonna show you, there's more of that pedal assembly if you want to see it. Try to see it. I don't know what you can see. Or did I just use a, maybe I just used a, oh yeah, look. Maybe, I don't know if you can see it or not. Actually, basically all I did on this, I think, was just the SN95 pedal assembly. I don't think I even modified the original one. That's what it was. I just used, see, because I converted a Ford Maverick over at one time before, same deal, and that one I used a hybrid pedal assembly. So so I had to go back and, so that's the one I was thinking of. This one I literally just used the SN95 Mustang pedal assembly with the cable clutch. I just drilled all the holes right, and that way I was able to use it was a manual master cylinder made for our use in a Mustang. It's all off-the-shelf parts, that you can, if you break down on the road somewhere, there's no like crazy expensive exotic part in this thing. It's all off the shelf Ford parts pretty much. That's the way I wanted to do it. And it's got a adjuster on the firewall to adjust the clutch. The steering column is actually the only thing in this truck out of something else other than Ford. It's actually out of a postal Jeep. Because when I did front suspension, either needed to shorten the original column or put a different one in, and I was in the junkyard looking at this thing and I'm like, man, that has the right look to it, and it was the right length that I was able to easily adapt a different joint to it and everything. So, and it already has the turn signals in it, turn signal indicator arm, so it worked out great. All right, let me grab some fluid. I read up on this, talked to my one buddy, and everybody says the same thing. Synchro mesh is what you use in these transmissions. Like the T5s, the 3550s, the TKOs, T56. That's what they recommend to use. So that's what I got. They say 3.1 quarts, I think it is the capacity. Tremec says 3 quarts, so I'm just put 3 quarts in and see what happens, I guess. Down the hatch. Oh, come on. Come on, get in there. Get in your hole. Neutral, so it should just drop right in. There we go. Look at that. The shifter lines up perfect. Exactly where it was. Beautiful. All right, bolt down the shifter and put the handle back on. And we'll be done, I think. Well, I think that's it under here, except for cleaning up the tools. Gonna have to wait until tomorrow to do that. Food just got here. I'm hungry, I'm tired, and I'm sweaty. So that's it for today. See you back here bright and early tomorrow. We'll install my shifter handle. Maybe I'll pop that off of there real quick while I'm sitting here. Get this installed and hook up the battery. Lower this thing down. Oh! How am I gonna move that truck? Alright, see you tomorrow. Man, these things are durable. I just dropped this thing about 6 feet. You guys okay in there? Did you survive the fall? I hope so. I'm gonna miss you if not. I command you to move. Something wrong here. It's not moving. I have to do it the old-fashioned way. Yeah, I was that kind of paranoid, you know, underneath this thing. I know. It's kind of silly, but I don't expect you to understand. Ooh, that was close. All right. Giving everything a once over. I cleaned up all the tools. I gotta watch this side when I back it off. I didn't really pull it on all that straight. Actually, I really gotta watch this side. Need to hook up the battery still. Yeah, I need to hook up the battery. Get it down and just give everything once over. Make sure everything's all hooked up right. See what happens, I guess. Fun fact, I really don't like my driveway, but really don't have a choice in the matter right now. You can tell it comes from an incline from the street, comes down towards the garage, and then like water collects right here. I haven't had an issue with garage getting water in it yet, but I do have issues pushing vehicles in and out of the garage. It's kind of a pain in my butt, to be honest with you. Ooh, I'm gonna step on that. But truck's out of the garage, not under its own power. Still have to adjust the clutch. Yes, adjust the clutch. I adjusted it out a bunch. I don't know if it's enough, but there's really only one way to find out, I guess. So far, so good. Not making any noise it's not supposed to. I'm gonna try to let the clutch out and see if it makes any noises. No noises. We'll let it warm up. Well, made it out of the driveway, so that's good. I love the way my truck sounds. There's the firewall adjuster right there. Guess I should try taking it for a ride, huh? Play at the carburetor or something. So far, so good. I got gas in here, right? I'd say it works all right. Downshift. Always a BMW. I still got to play with the timing and carburetor, but it's running, it's driving. Got oil pressure, it's cooling, and it's charging. Fun fact, master cylinder in this truck has leaked since the day I put it in here. nice to live so close to Mexico. Go this way. I love this truck. I really do. Well, there you have it. Runs, drives, shifts, clutch don't slip, grabs pretty good. Transmission works beautifully. Like there's no grinding, no noises, no nothing. And this was a pretty much an unknown transmission out of a parts car I bought. And dude told me it had low miles, yada yada yada. And well, I think I believe him now. Oh. Yeah, we're good to go. I'm happy. I can go pay my respects to my buddy tomorrow, who helped me build this truck. So, one of my buddies that helped me build it. So, well, thanks for hanging out. Thanks for watching. And by the way, cancer sucks. It really does.